I have a new bass. Okay, so this is the new bass. Let's take a look at this. So this is a 1978 Fender P Bass. And there's a couple things about this that are a little bit striking, a little bit unusual. First is the body color. So this is it's made out of ash, and this is in the kind of sort of mocha finish. There aren't too many of these around, and yeah, I hope you agree. I think it looks amazing. Sort of really nice natural finish, really really gorgeous. There's also, if you check it out, along the neck here, there's a really cool sort of grain that goes across the neck. So the neck is rosewood. Um, it it sounds gorgeous, but I just think the actual grain on it is actually quite cool, quite striking, quite unusual. So previously, yeah, this bass, this belonged to a guy called Dave Swift, who, if you guys don't know him, he is a really great bass player based here in London in the UK. His main gig is with a guy called Jools Holland. So Jools Holland is, a great piano player, sort of really famous for playing a lot of blues and R&B stuff, as well as a lot of other great things. Has a great music TV show over here, has done loads and loads of albums. So yeah, this bass used to belong to his bass player, Dave Swift. And there's a bit of a funny story about me deciding to buy this. I mean, so I would really liked it. Dave said to me, oh, take it for a couple of days, try it out, see what you think, maybe try it on a gig. I was actually a little bit unsure of this because this is actually quite a heavy bass. So this is, I think it's about 5.7 kilos, which is about, let me do the math, I think about 12, 13 pounds or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I was a little bit unsure because it's a little bit heavy. I thought, okay, I'll take it out, I'll try it out. I got on stage, played the first, not even the first song, I think it was like the first quarter of the first song, and the stage manager was at the side, who was looking at me, and she was like, oh, what do you think of it? And I remember just shouting at her like, oh, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it, because it just sounded amazing. And when we got off stage, loads of the guys and the rest of the band came and said they loved it. Sound engineer thought it was great. So yeah, this has definitely been a great choice. So we got to get it plugged in, but the first thing, purists, this is going to upset you, thumb guard and the pick guards are both about to go. It's a shame, I think they look beautiful, but this is exactly where I'll be picking. I don't like losing the tone, and I do a lot of palm muting, which I can't really get to if this is here. Plus, thumb rests, I just feel like it's getting in the way. So yeah, I've got to take all of these off, then we can get plugged in and see how we do. Okay, so here it is, all plugged in, all ready to go. As you can hear, it sounds amazing, just so warm, so fat, so full, but it's still really defined. And this is one of the things that I love, in particular about P basses, but I think particularly about this one. It has a really sort of great punch to it, like a real sort of thump in the low end, but it's still nice and defined. But it sounds amazing all over the neck. One of the reasons that I was really attracted to this bass, but also just P basses in general, is as a player, I've always been a really big fan of just trying to get as much out of my hands as I possibly could. It's not to say that I don't like EQ and tone controls and all those sort of things, because my Sadowsky that you guys have all seen, has a very, very active circuit. It has a lot of tone controls. You can get a lot of sounds from it. But I've just been a big fan of trying to use my hands as much as I can, which is why when you get a bass like this that has literally just got volume and tone and nothing else, it really appeals, because your hands have to be a big component of the sounds that you get. And I also wanted a bass that just felt authentically old and sounded authentically old. And as great as the Sadowsky is, it's a very modern sounding bass. It doesn't have the same sound quality is something from years ago with wood that's aged and all that sort of thing is going to have. And a few more things that are so great I think about this bass is, I'm not entirely sure why this is, but no matter what I'm doing, you know, whether I'm just, you know, running scales, arpeggios, you know, playing tunes, grooves, whatever, it makes my hands both relax a lot more than pretty much any other bass I've played, which feels really special. It feels very relaxing and so comfortable to actually play. And when I took it out on that gig and tried it a little bit, one of the reasons why I knew I wanted to buy it pretty much almost instantly is I just felt like the bass would do whatever I asked it, you know, wherever I wanted to move my hands to, because they feel so relaxed when they're playing this, because the weight distribution is so good, and as you can see, if I take my hands off, it doesn't move around. It makes my hands feel a lot freer, and I can just move with a lot more fluidity and freedom and all those good things. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of this bass, and I'd love to know what you guys think about it. So by all means, leave me a comment below this video. It'd be great to chat to some of you. As ever, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you head over to my site, check out everything there. And if you haven't become a YouTube sponsor yet, make sure you click the link below, go over and check it out. There's a load of great sponsors only content that I've put up. So thanks again for checking this one out, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.